Hello, I'm Audrey Williams and this is Jamaica Magazine, the show with the right information for you. It's the last day of Child Month and we close off the commemoration with a determination to always love and protect our children. Some of those children have ambitions of tilling the soil, and today one of them, Swain Sangster, shares his story. Also in the half hour as Child Month closes, we gear up for the hurricane season and remind you how to prepare so you're not caught off guard. Plus, our top news stories of the week. We have those features and lots more. Stay with us. It'll be worth your time.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. I'm Erica Lumpson, multiple JCDC music winner, and you're watching Jamaica Magazine.
Without farmers, there would be no food for our tummies. Thankfully, there are youngsters willing to pursue this profession to ensure that the nation is fed. As we continue the series on youth in agriculture, we present to you a 14-year-old from the Food Basket Parish of St. Elizabeth who has been reaping more than corn and beans.
My name is Swain Sangster. I attend Newell High School and I am from the parish of St. Elizabeth. When I get older, I have a lot of choices to make, but I would like to have a business in farming to help to feed the nation.
Attracting young people to farming is a target of the Agriculture Ministry as it seeks to deepen the pool of farmers and increase productivity. Through the Jamaica 4-H Club and the School Garden Program, young persons like Swain are honing the skills and cultivating the passion needed to become master farmers.
What I really like about being in the field, seeing how things grow and reaping it, and actually what I mostly like about being a farmer is eating what I grow.
That's exactly the direction in which the Ministry of Agriculture is positioning the country through its Eat What You Grow, Grow What You Eat campaign.
One of my favorite things to plant is corn because it looks kind of nice. It tastes better almost everything in I feel.
This budding farmer refuses to look at farming as a rejected occupation. Instead, he says,
being a farmer actually means you got food on the table for your family to eat. Every time somebody put a food to their mouth, you see a little smile and kind of like how you smile. Feel like you contribute to the smile they got on their face.
And so, in pursuit of a business in farming, Swain uses his grandfather's farm as the ideal training ground.
Some of the things I know about farming is how to plant corn, beans, when it is fit to pick up banana.
From his grandfather, he learns valuable lessons.
Being very punctual and into care and ground. Don't really can't get in it.
For his part, husband Blair believes that Swain has all he needs to become a top farmer.
Yes, I see him like somebody who would be industrious in farming. I expect him to, I would say, more talented more than I do. For he is in a high school, and I know the tactics I had in my like a small farming, he had greater tactics in the school.
And while pursuing what he loves, boys will be boys.
Shawty, will you let me take you home?
Trouble don't give enough trouble, and sometimes he's very, very annoying. And he loves to laugh too.
That's because Swain loves to give jokes and play pranks on his schoolmates.
He's like a class clown. He would give people names and start calling them and everyone would laugh.
Still, Swain is dedicated to his studies and, according to his friends, always willing to lend a helping hand.
Like if you don't have something, he'll give you like you don't have a pencil and he has one, he'll like break it into two and give me piece and he'll take piece.
And this generous side to Swain extends to his future plans.
My brothers also like farming, so I would like to create a business that they could also be co-owners with me.
It is Swain's dream to become a billionaire one day, and he believes that with hard work he will become one.
He do good in farming. When most of the times when he go off the farm, he does well. He always get good scores in agriculture.
Swain's sangster, passing on the message of growing what we eat and eating what we grow, fulfilling the Agriculture Ministry's mission of getting more young people involved in farming.
Parents should have get themselves knowledgeable on child psychology. That will help a lot.
First, you need to know your child. And second, you need to listen to them. Listen to what they had to say. And then try to find out, their movements and what is happening to them daily in their lives. Because they had problems like anybody else.
I think that they must have a good relationship with their parents. So when you have a good relationship with them, you can tell them anything and they have a good understanding.
Best we have to listen to what the children have to say and them can come to agreement and they better understand each other.
I think what parents can do to better understand their children is to sit and talk to them on a one-on-one basis. As small as them is, sit, explain certain things to them, talk to them. They can't even go to church with them.
Well, the parents will listen to them kids, you see it. Some parents don't do that, so that's why them kids tree and thing and take up all type of thing, man and them thing, you see me?
All we have to do is just counsel them, pray for them, talk with them, show them wrong from right.
Lift up your hearts with a smile. Lift up your feet with a dance. Lift up your spirits with a song. It's family time. It's family time. It's family time.
Hi everyone, I'm Cindy Thompson. Today is May 31, the last day of Child Month. Thank you for everything, but we children want to keep getting the treats. Mommy and Daddy keep reading to us while giving us big hugs. Grandma and Grandpa keep telling us stories. And Auntie and Uncle, an iPod with word games would be perfect. So keep the warm and fuzzy feelings going. We are the future. Keep showing us you care. We promise to stay out of trouble and be the best we can be. You're watching Jamaica Magazine. Happy Child Month.
Ever heard the saying, it's better to be safe than sorry? Well, I'm here to ensure that you'll get through this hurricane season safe and sound in the event of an attack. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management is willing to work with communities to ensure that residents can weather the storm. Take a look.
Yes, Stacy, what happened? Where's hurricane? Alright, I forgot to call you back. I got a supermarket.
Nicolette.
Yes, Grandpa?
You saw the river dry?
Yeah.
And at the river, and my grandmother and I flood nearly lost with life.
Really?
How prepared are you for a disaster? Some disasters give warnings, like a storm preceding a flood. Others, like earthquakes, give no warning. Once a disaster happens, the time to prepare is gone, and all you can do is cope. Wouldn't you rather be safe than sorry? Rushing off to the supermarket to secure food is meaningless when your home is unsecure. Crouching between two doorsteps is senseless when where you're crouching is not firmly anchored to its foundation. And no matter how big a vehicle you have, it is no match to a dangerous wall of roaring water carrying rocks, mud and other debris.
When Rafiq have to go to school and the water is real heavy, I have to take him on my back and jump along those stones there, both back and forward, going to school, coming back.
Terrible when the rain fall. It flood out all around a lake and thing.
Mosquito they run here a lot. Enough night, I want to open my window, but I'm afraid to open it.
Scared yet? Good. Anything you do today will be like making a deposit in your survivability savings account for withdrawal in rough times. Jamaica, as a Caribbean island, is prone to natural disasters. We have suffered the likes of Hurricane Dean in 2007, the extremely powerful Gilbert in 1988, and many others in between. We've all heard horrific stories about the 1907 earthquake that decimated Kingston, and before that, the 1692 quake that struck Port Royal. Both have been etched in the annals of Jamaican history. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, knows just how to get you equipped and ready to respond to a disaster. In fact, recently, the National Disaster Management Body went to communities island-wide with a message of disaster mitigation through their Building Disaster Resilient Communities, BDRC project. Simply put, community members were taught how to effectively reduce the severity of a disaster in order to save lives and property.
The BDRC, which is Building Disaster Resilient Communities, is a project that the ODPEM embarked on with the Canadian International Development Agency, starting in 2009. It was focused, as the name suggests, on communities and strengthening of communities as it relates to disaster risk reduction, the whole coping and capacity building of these communities, and so on.
The project, which falls under ODPEM's Community-Based Disaster Risk Management (CBDRM) program, has a number of stakeholders from the national, local government, non-governmental and community levels. These stakeholders collaborated to enable a framework of values, attitudes, governance, resource deployment and practices in which the nation as a whole is able to diminish the effects of a natural disaster.
A big part of looking at resilience, we found to be the whole business of partnership. In disaster management, nothing really happens by any one individual or one agency or organization. And so a big part, the first component of the BDRC looked at strengthening partnerships for disaster risk management. We looked at the enhancing of communities in terms of building their capacities and establishing groups for disaster risk reduction, and looked at identifying and implementing disaster risk reduction projects in the targeted communities.
ODPEM, along with other agency partners, have worked with communities island-wide to develop their local multi-hazard community disaster management plan. With this in place, persons have been able to identify vulnerable and high-risk areas in their communities and have implemented mitigation projects to minimize these risks. Many speak of the transformation which took place.
When the rain set up, sometimes I sleep because I was flooded out in 2001.
and I was living in the school up here for 2 weeks.
When me I go shop and the children and me I walk, me have to jump on the stone them, cross it and come back.
And most thing in our white still is like landslide and them thing there, and you see when rain fall, Ivan and Dean and them thing there. As a juvenile grew up, you see it. House flat and them thing there.
This community always suffer from roof damage when we have an hurricane.
This gully taking all the water coming up from off the hills. And then because of that, is that it prevents the children from going across when school is in session and the gully is down.
When the rain fall, it's very difficult to get over, so we appreciate the bridge.
I'm thankful for going.
If they didn't do this, we don't know what will happen a couple of years from now if we have a overflow of the river when it comes down again.
I'm feeling good because I was fretting when if hurricane come again, everything is gone.
Over 400 persons in 34 communities selected based on their level of vulnerability have been trained as first responders in community disaster management, emergency response skills, and initial damage assessment. There are also 28 community emergency response teams equipped to undertake preventative, response, and risk reduction action. Each community under the BDRC project is now able to effectively manage and reduce the impact of a disaster. And though the project is complete, the process continues.
It is our intent now to have it ruled out as an ongoing national program for disaster management. So we encourage communities to get on board in the whole business of disaster management. We have templates that have been developed for creating community disaster risk management plan for looking at mitigation issues in communities.
You too can make your community disaster resilient by creating your very own community disaster management and emergency plan.
You can call in or send us an email from our website expressing your interest in certain materials, and that can either be provided to you electronically or you come into our library and utilize that information. And of course the website has a lot of these templates for establishing community groups and developing your own disaster risk management plans.
It is very important that you take the time to identify the hazards and risks that face your community, to know community members who would be willing to help when a disaster strikes, and to know the resources available. A sustained, developed community leads to a resilient country.
You better prepare for a disaster because it can come at any time.
I'm encouraging all persons to be a part of disaster preparedness and get the knowledge of it, whether from the rural area or urban area. More so the youth, as we will be the future of the country and the world at large. So it will be a very helpful skill and knowledge to have.
It was too late for over 300,000 Haitians on Tuesday, January 12, 2010. The devastating effects of the 7.0 magnitude earthquake that struck the Caribbean country has left a lasting impression on the lives of people the world over and a country fighting to recover.
On the board this week, the Shiloh Apostolic Church of Jamaica National Youth Movement, in association with Shiloh Mass Choir, presents Praise Ablaze at the Fairfield Shiloh Apostolic Church, St. Elizabeth, on Saturday, June 7, starting time 6 p.m. Come and strengthen your understanding of the Logistics Hub by attending the next session of Logistics 101 on Saturday, June 7, from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce at 4 St. Lucia Avenue, New Kingston. Topics will include the global trading system, the creation of special economic zones, the importance of training and certification to global standards, and the role of the micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. For further information, call 878-0223. The Jamaica Cultural Development Commission Annual Festival of the Performing Arts National Finals continues at the Little Theatre. The Performing Arts Final will run from Wednesday, June 25, so come out and be entertained. Numerous performers from across the island are competing in various areas. Music from June 3 to 5, choir on June 6, dance from June 10 to 14, deaf dance on June 14, speech from June 17 to 19, and drama from June 24 to 25. Starting time 10 a.m. each day. Cancer Conscious Youth presents Purple Passion, the Caring Continues fundraiser on Saturday, May 31 at Cafe Bamboo, 1 Mullines Road, Kingston 10. All proceeds in aid of the Jamaica Cancer Society. For further information, call 967-3271. Send us your events for broadcast on the JIS Community Notice Board. Call 922-868-022 or send an email to cbishop@jis.gov.jm.
Musicians, users of music instruments. If you're a registered member of the Jamaica Federation of Musicians or the Recording Industry of Jamaica, you may apply for a waiver of duty on the importation of music equipment. You'll need to submit the following: a letter of request to the Film Commission or Creative Industries Unit and a pro forma invoice detailing the items being imported with corresponding serial numbers and costs. Jamaica Promotions Corporation JAMPRO will submit the documents to the Ministry of Finance for approval. You must get approval before the items arrive. For more information on the Music Tools of Trade incentive, click on the Tourism and Entertainment Ministry's website at mot.gov.jm or call the Ministry's Entertainment Division at 920-4926-30.
Top news stories of the week are coming up next. Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. While speaking in the United States recently, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller asserted that economic growth and social empowerment must go hand in hand, saying no country could progress and prosper without this balance.
This understanding has been overlooked in many developed economies around the world, but no more.
The Prime Minister was addressing the 2014 graduating class of Lafayette College in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania, where she received an honorary Doctor of Public Service degree for working tirelessly to improve her homeland. The college is also establishing a scholarship program for Jamaican students attending the school and a $4,000 stipend toward a Lafayette study abroad experience. Back home, government took an important step on Tuesday to increase the country's capacity for low-cost and renewable energy generation. A $45 million contract was signed for technical assistance towards the promotion and development of cost-effective small hydropower projects across Jamaica. The 12-month contract was awarded to Argentinian company BA Energy Solutions in association with US-based Hydra Science Consulting.
It will, among other things, firstly, provide technical assistance and guidance to key stakeholders, the agencies in the administration of hydropower development, and will support the development and implementation of departmental policies and procedures for the effective management of hydropower projects from design to operation.
Tourism and Entertainment Minister Dr. Wickham McNeil made his sectoral presentation this week and announced that cruise passenger arrivals to Jamaica were projected to increase to a record 1.4 million this year.
We expect cruise arrivals to continue to escalate with the arrival of the largest of Disney ships, the Fantasy. This, in addition to the MSC Divina, will be calling throughout the summer.
He also announced that commercial jet ski operators at the UDC Beach in Ochirea St. Anne would be able to resume operations as of next Monday. However, the suspension on jet ski operations introduced earlier this year will remain in place for all other areas.
The Marine Police has indicated that they are sufficiently resourced with vessels and personnel to ably enforce regulations in the bay upon resumption of commercial activities.
The Employment Flexible Work Arrangements Miscellaneous Provisions Bill will be ready for debate in Parliament by September. Labour and Social Security Minister Derek Kelly made that announcement as he contributed to the sectoral debate on Wednesday. The bill was tabled in Parliament in March, and Minister Kelly said the upcoming debate would take certain factors into consideration.
The fact that there will be no 8 or 10 hours work days, but instead the work day should be capped at a maximum of 12 hours. That the work week should consist of 40 hours. That all 7 days of the week should be considered as possible normal working days. And that overtime should be earned after the worker has completed 40 hours.
This week, the Education Ministry began sending schools a master list of supplementary textbooks for grades 1 to 9. This followed Minister Ronald Thwaites' recent announcement that only textbooks approved by his ministry should be given to parents for purchases. Parents are to consult the ministry's website for a list of the approved textbooks. Phase 1 of the Isaac Barron Center of Excellence was recently completed, and the health center reopened to Eastern St. Thomas residents. The building housing the health center was renovated at a cost of $25 million, sourced from the National Health Fund. Isaac Barron is the third of 4 centers of excellence to be opened after completing Phase 1 of the planned works.
The setting up and running of these centers of excellence is part of a larger scheme to make Jamaica the health hub for the Caribbean and a major player in the Americas.
And finally, Information Minister Senator Sandra Faulkner this week revealed that persons who possess a taxpayer registration number TRN were to be included among those selected for jury duty.
Cabinet has approved the reform of the jury system. Drafting instructions have been issued to the Chief Parliamentary Council for the preparation of the required legislation.
Other proposed reforms include protecting the jobs of employees summoned for jury duty. There is also to be a reduction in the categories of persons exempt from jury duty, increased fines for those who refuse to do jury duty, and an increase in the stipend paid to jurors. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
Strong families are important to the development of our society, and the National Family Planning Board wants you to be healthy and achieve your goals. Make the right reproductive health choices. Help eradicate poverty, improve maternal health, and reduce child death by avoiding unintended pregnancies. Waiting until you're financially, physically, and emotionally mature to become a mother. And protecting against diseases such as HIV and AIDS. Exercise your right to plan stable families for the future, being mindful that children need nurturing environments for proper growth and development. Consider your health, the timing, spacing, and number of children as you plan. Be empowered. Contact the National Family Planning Board at 5 Sylvan Avenue, Kingston 5, P.O. Box 287. Telephone 968-1627 or visit them online at www.jnfpb.com.
We thank you, our viewers, for staying with us. The show has come to a close for today, but you can be with us 24/7. Send an email to JamaicaMagazine@jis.gov.jm or tweet us at JIS News. And our website, jis.gov.jm, remains a constant portal for the very latest government information. On behalf of the team here at the JIS, I'm Audrey Williams. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.